We've got problems: water scarcity and quality, severe weather, and an economic crisis. But there's an affordable solution to all of these that's provided by the model of what trees do and how people interact with them. What many of us don't realize is that trees are a major part of nature's water system. This is particularly relevant to the situation we face in Los Angeles. People think of LA as a desert, but that's a myth. The explorers noted that they could move from one end of the San Fernando Valley all the way to the other end and always be shaded by oak trees. Here's what the tree does. The leaves that fall from trees turn into mulch, which feeds and protects the tree. And with the help of underground critters, over time, this mulch transforms into a rich soil called humus. This soil beneath the tree now acts like a giant sponge and virtual water tank. For example, a large tree in its natural setting captures rain in its canopy and eases the water down into the root zone, which can hold tens of thousands of gallons of water. This sponge-like area absorbs the rainwater and filters it as it flows into the aquifer below. This used to give us the good, clean water we drank in our homes. This system of providing water has been one of the gifts of trees for millennia. But as our human populations expanded and our cities grew, we cut down the trees and poured concrete to create our streets. Now, most of the land in LA is impervious. Disconnected from the watershed, the trees have become mostly decorative, rather than serving the functions of water capture and treatment. And instead of the leaves producing mulch and soil, they're hauled away to landfills, a process that costs LA $100 million a year. Now, with the mulch sponge removed, when it rains, there are few places for the water to soak in. Instead, it runs through streets, past the trees, picking up pollution and carrying it into storm drains, which flows to rivers and the ocean, wasting the water we so desperately need and costing us several $100 million a year. To replace the water that's being washed away, we've engineered massive systems of canals and pipes to transport water to our urban centers. At first, the water came from nearby mountains, lakes, and rivers. But as our cities have grown, we've had to go further and further to find our water. For LA, water's pumped and piped from throughout the southwestern United States, draining those areas and costing our city hundreds of millions of dollars each year. California is the 6th largest economy on the planet, and pumping that water to Los Angeles is our state's single largest use of electricity, and that contributes to climate change. So we took away the beautiful, multi-purpose trees and their services, and what did we replace them with? Bureaucracy. It was the best solution we knew at the time because we didn't understand ecosystems. To manage our water needs, we created separate agencies for water supply, flood control, air and water pollution, waste management, soil conservation, and energy. And because those agencies operate independently, the systems they build often compete and conflict and hemorrhage money. And now that climate change is increasing our water shortages and extreme weather is triggering more flooding, this increases pressure on the system. At the same time, our water, energy, and waste systems are aging and beginning to deteriorate and break down. To fix them, agencies are planning to spend billions. But in today's economy, does it make sense to keep doing things the old, separate way? No. Money doesn't fall from the sky, but rainwater does. So what do? The wisest designers learn from nature, which has spent millions of years of R&D creating a viable whole systems model. When our agencies collaborate, it makes it economically feasible to adapt homes, buildings, and landscapes to mimic what trees do. For example, the leaves and canopy of the tree are replicated by the roofs and rain gutters. And the root zone sponge tank is replicated by cisterns, rain barrels, mulch swales, and rain gardens. We know this retrofitting can be done because it has been done over on Elmer Avenue. By saving water in this way, we save money and create local jobs in manufacturing, installing and servicing all the components of the functioning community forest and watershed. Imagine doing this citywide. This is the vision TreePeople's been working on for the past 2 decades, and it's picking up momentum. Investing in humans, trees, and natural capital is the fastest and most effective way to rebuild our communities and our economy. And it's those of us who live here who are gonna make it happen.